definitely a pretty crazy experience. I never thought myself was becoming a generational type player, but hey, it seems like I am the man for the job coming into the NBA this season and already winning it, not only an NBA championship, but an NBA Finals. I'm super excited. I can't believe it. That's really great to hear. Of course, you've probably gotten 1,000 of those same type of questions already. I know we're trying to take up a lot of your time from your celebration, but obviously it's a major thing to talk about, and you're the new face of the sport, new face of everything right now, and it's super exciting to see, I guess, how humble and how generous you are and how smart you are, obviously, on the court. Did you guys have to do anything different to sort of close out the series tonight, or did you just stick to the same game plan and just execute it a little bit more, I guess, spot on? Well, Coach definitely had a good scheme coming into this final game, and obviously it's been a very tough series this entire time, but definitely just locking down on the perimeter is what he's really been speaking to us a lot on. Yeah, the defense, obviously the saying, defense wins championships. It may not be everyone's favorite, but man, it's definitely not a wrong thing to say, and I think definitely locking down the defense a lot more, and obviously the things that Coach already had locked down. Hey, see what I did there? Coach already had a lot of things on lock already, definitely with the offensive scheme, as you probably have seen probably from all the other games. We were scoring a pretty good amount of points, but it was just stopping them was really troubling us, so gotta keep some of the things we had going and switching things up, definitely. Yeah, that's all great. It's always good to sort of, I guess, keep the things that are working the same and obviously change things up that can be tweaked. That obviously makes sense. How would you feel about your performance, though? Did you feel like you were off still a little bit, even though you are the Finals MVP, or do you still feel like you had a lot more left to give tonight? I thought I did okay. Obviously, I could do a whole lot better. I wasn't as efficient as I really wanted to. I think I shot the ball double-digit amount of times. It was crazy. But obviously in the heat of the moment, when you're just trying to win basketball, you don't really look at it in that way. You just try to, I guess, do everything you can to win, and it looks like it turned out in our favor, which I'm very happy about. But even if any one of my teammates would have had a killer game, that would have been amazing. I just really wanted to win this, not only for my team, my teammates, coaches, the franchise, everything like that. I've just been super blessed to have this crazy journey so early in my career already. Okay, yeah, well, I'm reading your stats off right now. Triple-double, double digits in assists, rebounds, scoring. Obviously, scoring is your forte. Well, speaking of the future, since you were, an undrafted player coming in the NBA, you were only on a one-year deal. I mean, are you trying to, find a new team to locate to, maybe your hometown? Are you maybe going to do a sign and trade to maybe help out your team that you're with already? Or maybe you're going to stick around and maybe try to run it back to back? All the greats have some very, 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 very substantial back-to-backs in their sort of history books that you could say we're all writing about. Okay, yeah, we're not going to be talking about that. I know coming in the league undrafted, only having a one-year contract signed, put a lot of pressure on me, but now pressure is definitely on both me and the team. But I think running it back could be really good. I know free agency, everyone talks about it being some sort of crazy sort of experience, so I don't know. I think as of right now, I really just want to keep to myself and just do what I say all the time. Free agency is definitely a different experience, so maybe you want to check that out now that you are, again, the league's newest star. Are you going to anywhere specific at all, or just going to be now home relaxing, maybe back in the gym tomorrow? Let me know what your plans are now, that since you've obviously won the title. yeah, you know me, I'm definitely going to Disney World. That's 1,000% sure. But yeah, now, like I said, I'm just really going to be keeping to myself. I'll probably take a week, 2 weeks off, maybe. Definitely would be great to see some family and just get the, all the celebration out on me. Then definitely going to be, I guess, back to work, back in the gym, honing my craft. As you saw from the couple games we had here, man, I definitely have a long way to go in my career, and I definitely feel like I can always improve a little bit more every single day. So the gym's gonna be calling my name in the next couple weeks, so it's fun, but also I'm not looking forward to it. You're crazy, man. All right, it was great talking with you. I'm gonna let you go off and celebrate with your team. Hopefully, you have a lot of fun. Don't do too crazy in the locker room now, right? Thank you so much, Jake, and really good luck on your new, hosting gig over there at ESPN. Really cool to see what you've been doing. All right, Blake Joller, guys, everyone. All right, yeah, see ya. Absolutely great outing from Blake Joller and his team out there. Super excited to see where he goes next. But now up next, we have football, and we have the standings, at least the current standings as I'm talking to you guys live right now, of the NFL football standings now. As of right now, in the AFC East, as you can see, we have the Patriots in the number 1 spot right now, who definitely is the surprise team so far for a lot of people this year. Bill Belichick taking that team and continuing to maybe carry them past the Tom Brady era of football. Very, very, very exciting. We also have a very competitive division out here in the AFC West with the Kansas City Chiefs still at number 1 spot up there as well. Chargers right behind them. Can they have a chance? Obviously, with the Chiefs being a very dominant team in the NFL, going to be very tough for them. And obviously, with Patrick Mahomes starting to make a little bit of comeback of a run at the end of the season, super excited to see that where that team goes. Definitely for a playoff push. Are they still that Super Bowl contender? We'll definitely have to see, especially riding into the playoffs. Definitely a team that you might want to maybe not bet all your money on, I would say. And then looking at the AFC North, another very competitive division, I say. Bengals, Ravens tied for that number 1 spot. Ooh, man, obviously with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson going down earlier in the season. Definitely don't know when he's going to be 100%. Who knows, but they're desperately going to need them in this final stretch going into the playoffs. And then for the AFC South, 2 names, the Titans and the Colts. 2 teams battling out to see who makes out of that division. Very, very, very tight throughout all the divisions. And then for the NFC East, we have the Cowboys in the number 1 spot down there. Cowboys definitely looking again to be a contender. Definitely for a playoff spot, obviously. But can Dak Prescott and that team turn them into a true title contender? Now that team is definitely a lot healthier than they have been probably in their history under Dak Prescott as their quarterback. Can they make it over that hump? We're definitely going to have to find out. Then you have the NFC West with, of course, again, another very, very tough division to be in. Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams. Ooh, spicy, spicy, spicy going down there in the NFC West. Both teams tied right now for that number 1 spot. Definitely will play into their favor whoever gets that, I guess, division title and can ship them off into a better spot in the playoffs. NFC North is right now obviously taken over by the Green Bay Packers. Haven't really been on a very bad skid since, again, the beginning of the season. Aaron Rodgers was in big question, but this season might be his last season to get that Super Bowl. I know us in the media probably sound like a broken record saying that every single year that this is Aaron Rodgers' last chance, but hey, this one would be now or never, in my opinion, for Aaron Rodgers' last chance at a Super Bowl. And talking about Super Bowls, the NFC South, yeah, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, number 1 spot, and Tom Brady, maybe the favorite to win another MVP. Super crazy to see what he's done with that team. Obviously, that team super duper stacked with Super Bowl veterans, and it looks like, again, in my opinion, the Super Bowl favorites for this year. Then very quickly for the playoff predictions that we have here at ESPN, we have the Chiefs having that bye, being the number 1 spot up there for the AFC, and in the NFC conference, the Green Bay Packers, number 1 spot, getting that bye. And for the matchups for the wild card first round matchup, I guess you could say, we would have the 2-seeded Patriots, again, projected 2-seeded Patriots, going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. You have the Bills against the Titans, and the Colts against the Bengals. These are going to be some very exciting matchups, nonetheless, over there in the AFC. Then over in the NFC playoff projections, we have the Packers having that number 1 spot, getting the bye, which is going to be very important for them to get all that rest. Definitely a very veteran team they have over there in Green Bay. You would have the Eagles facing against the big boys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then you would have the 6-seeded 49ers against the 3-seeded Cowboys. That's definitely a game you do not want to miss if that does happen. And then maybe the game of the first round, the Arizona Cardinals against the Los Angeles Rams. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Would I pay big bucks to watch that game? And the final thing we're going to be showing you live from home is, I know earlier I told that we were going to show some highlights of some of the games that were going on recently. Well, looks like the producers has told me that that is not happening. So your host, Jake Baller, coming in very reliable. I thought we could just count down the top 10 dunks in the past decade. Yes, the top 10 dunk highlights of the past 10 years. Should be pretty exciting if you're asking me. Since we did just crown a new champion, I thought it'd be a pretty nice idea to go back at least the past handful of years, decade being 10 years, and seeing some of the best dunks we've ever seen ever before. This listing has been, I guess, accumulated from all different sources, including myself. I had a couple votes in this. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Paul George against LeBron James, the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. Paul George is posterizing the absolute animal you can call him, being the Birdman. Look at all those tattoos. An emphatic dunk coming from the young star budding down there in Indiana. And at number 9 is another dunk, very emphatic as well, coming from someone who was just in the last clip, but no, it's not Paul George this time. It is LeBron James from the Miami Heat, dunking, yes, over a player, not just, on a player. He jumped over this man. Talk about athleticism, and I could bet my money right now that LeBron on the Lakers could definitely do this in his sleep. Coming into the countdown at number 8, obviously one of the most exciting dunkers, at least that I've ever seen. If you're young and at home, make sure you look at some clips of Gerald Green, because this man was one of the best in-game dunkers of all time. Could jump out of the gym without a doubt. Coming in at number 7, you could probably guess it if we're going through an entire decade. Gonna be talking about the Heatles a lot, and in this one, D-Wade dunking right over Kendrick Perkins. I used to love watching these matchups between the young stars in Oklahoma City against this powerhouse down there in Miami. Oh my goodness, was it a lot of fun to watch. And in at number 6, we have the GOAT himself, LeBron James, driving right into the paint against Houston Nuggets and the Portland Trail Blazers on the Cleveland Cavaliers, showing everyone that he is still one of the best dunkers, at least when he wants to be. Definitely now adding a nice 3-point shot to his game. Still can't stop this man going with a head full of steam down in the lane. Number 5, another guy you might notice, LeBron James on the Miami Heat dunking over Jason Terry. A lot of people call this revenge against the, Dallas Maverick version of Jason Terry, but hey, it looks like LeBron got a lot of revenge out of this dunk, being one of the best ones of all time. Obviously, if we're talking about dunks, you can't not talk about Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers, Lob City. Blake Griffin dunking over Timofey Mozgov. Definitely, maybe one of the most disrespectful dunks of all time, if you do ask me. And if you are asking me, the answer is yes. Absolutely disgusting of a dunk. And at number 3, another familiar face of Blake Griffin dunking over my colleague Kendrick Perkins. Oh my goodness, what a dunk is that. I'm sure Kendrick Perkins can still feel a little bit of some type of way when seeing this clip. Sorry, KP, but that's definitely a pretty nasty dunk when you're talking about an all-time one. And at number 2, we have maybe one of the greatest players we have ever seen, at least dominant-wise, in the past decade, going in for, yes, another dunking over dunk, but this time it's not some, shorter, at least comparable to NBA standards player. He made someone who was about 6'4", 6'5", look like he was about 3 foot nothing. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the most insane athleticism we have maybe ever seen in sports history. What an absolute animal. And coming in at number 1, could you guess it? One of the craziest dunks, not only in the past decade, but man, maybe even of all time. DeAndre Jordan over Brandon Knight. This is a lot of people's reasons why Brandon Knight probably retired from the NBA. Just look at the absolute collision they go through, leaving Brandon Knight in the dust. Absolutely just throwing that ball into the rim. DeAndre Jordan definitely missed the hops on that guy. What a listing of some of the greatest dunks we've ever seen. Obviously, definitely in the past decade. Well, looks like that's going to be it for me, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around. Make sure you do stick around even after the next program coming up next. We have more interviews coming from the championship game, more highlights, more stats, and obviously a lot more fun. So make sure you guys stick around, and I'll be seeing you again very, 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 very soon. This was Jake Baller, and I'm signing off. See you guys again.